So I was super pumped up. I got shortlisted from about 17 companies and I was rejected by all. Yeah, that is my story. Hey guys, my name is Ankit Doshi. I'm the founder of InsideIIM.com and AltUni by InsideIIM. And we've been helping 3 million working professionals and students year after year consistently for the last 10 years. I'm here again with another personal story to help you make better decisions in your MBA journey. So let's jog back to October 2009. I am returning from Lucknow after playing a sports tournament at IIM Lucknow on my way back to Indore, and I'm getting SMSs. Yes, I'm talking about a time when there was no WhatsApp. So I'm getting SMSs from my friends about the various companies I'm getting shortlists from. And every single company that came on day -2, -1, day 0, etc. was giving me a shortlist. I knew at that point of time that I had a good profile and I was expecting shortlists, but I didn't expect every single application to result into a shortlist. So I was super pumped up. I got shortlists from about 17 companies and I was rejected by all. Now over the years, I've thought about this many times. Why is it that 17 companies ended up shortlisting me but not finally hiring me? I have drilled it down to 3 reasons. Number 1, arrogance. Obviously, there are a couple of videos on my journey on the channel and you can always have a look at that. But this feeling that it is the company's loss if they don't hire me comes from a place of arrogance. Also, one needs to realize that at an IIM, there are people who are way better than you. So there will always be a candidate who is better than you. Number 2, immaturity. And when I say this, it is basically the lack of realization how important the summer placement process is at a B school. A good summer placement has a disproportionately high impact on your career trajectory. You could potentially complete your MBA at your summer placement interview stage itself. Amongst the best people that you will meet on campus will be those who will crack their dream company during summers, do a fabulous job during the summer placement 2 months, and then just get a final offer and make it, right? They don't really need to then even sit for final placements post that. And I didn't really understand how this entire piece works enough. And also that there are always more companies that come during summers than the number of companies that come during finals, unless of course, there is a big change in the macroeconomic environment and companies have suddenly decided to increase the number of people that they are hiring. The third reason was just quite simply lack of preparedness. I would enter interviews without knowing enough about the company, enough about the sector that the company was operating in, the kind of roles that company is offering, the kind of responsibilities I would have to do as a summer trainee and eventually a management trainee. I think a lot of this is just hygiene. And unfortunately, from my own conversations with almost all the campus managers that we work with, about 80 to 85% people are not prepared on this, despite knowing this very clearly. In fact, there is a very high chance that you will listen to everything that I say in this video and yet not end up actually following up and doing things, because it's the simple things that people end up missing almost always. So what is it that you can do to ensure that you get a good summer placement? Number 1, understand yourself. What is it that you are truly good at, and what is it that you feel is your strength? What do you think is the strength in your profile? What is it that's going to likely get you a shortlist, and what do you do after you get a shortlist? If you are able to identify your true strengths and are able to prepare answers and essays around it, you will find yourself doing way better than everybody else. This consistency of talking about your strengths needs to be reflected in the essays that you write, in the assignments that you do wherever applicable, and in the interview when you're actually sitting in front of the recruiter. Number 2, the domain. What is the domain that you really want to specialize in? For example, if you say that finance is the domain that I want to get into, do you know about every single role that is available within the world of finance? Do you know which are the companies that offer what kind of roles in that particular domain? Do you know what the life of a person who works in a particular domain looks like? That's important. Do this deep dive. It will ensure that you are not only prepared for your interview, but you also realize whether it's something you really want to do. Number 3, look at the sector you want to work in. Is it a sector that is fast growing? Is it a sector that's going to give you opportunities 5 years from now, 10 years from now? What is currently plaguing that particular sector from a macro environment? What is it that's not working for that sector? What is it that's working for that sector? The tailwinds, the headwinds, what is the profitability in that sector? Which are the big companies in that sector? So there is a lot of detailing that needs to be done. How does that sector operate in India? How does the sector operate internationally? Do a deep dive again. Number 4, look at the companies which you really want to work in. I'm sure that all of you have dream companies. It's important to do a deep dive into the operations of a company itself. Wherever you get shortlists from, or whichever companies you are applying to, ensure that you know their financials very, very well. If they are listed companies, how are their stock prices doing? What are the new projects and products that the company has announced? Have there been any issues that the company has faced in recent times? Go as deep as possible. No amount of information is ever going to be enough, but make sure that you do the required homework. Number 5 is what I like to call the game. The game is where you actually figure out how to crack that particular interview. So go through all the interview questions which have been asked in that particular company, domain or sector over the last 10 years. Go through case studies, go through mock interviews, make sure that you attempt enough case interviews before you sit for your placements. Look at all the puzzles that can potentially be asked, the kind of tests you might be asked to take. Ensure that you're prepared for the game, right? Number 6, and according to me the most important, is the mental game around this, right? Are you in a position to go for every single interview in a fresh and confident manner? Very easy to say, very hard to implement. A lot of this confidence and freshness actually comes from the quality of the preparation that you have done. The more prepared you are, the more confident you will be. And when I say preparation, I don't mean that you mug information or that you stress yourself by just constantly reading content all the time. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that you feel prepared because you know that you have done all the hard work previously. And that preparation will help you feel confident for that process. There is a lot of temperamental things that companies look for in interviews like these. Make sure that you worked hard, prepared hard, and also worked on your soft skills so that you are able to crack this particular part of the summer placement process as well. Hey guys, you also have access to AltUni by InsideIIM's MBA Bootcamp. It is a curated and an organized way of preparing for your summer placements in 30 days. You get access to industry experts who are also recruiters, who have gone and recruited students on various campuses in the past. You also get a chance to attempt a live project which will become part of your resume, and you get access to material that will help you prepare for your summer placements. You also get a chance to network with people from other business schools who are going through the same journey. Also remember that last year we had a cohort of 70 students. Each one of them has gotten an opportunity in a top Indian company. Some of the companies where AltUni alumni got placed are companies like BCG, PwC, Accenture, Asian Paints, Johnson & Johnson, Marico, and many more. So please have a look at our MBA Bootcamp program. It will start very, very soon. And you want to get an edge over the 500 odd people who are there on your campus. And also remember that you're not competing just with people from your campus anymore. After COVID, companies have realized that placement processes are now happening across campuses, and the number of offers that certain campuses first assumed they would always get are no longer taking place. So please have a look at our MBA Bootcamp.